What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this one, I wanted to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers, talk about some very important resistance levels, break down what the charts are suggesting, what you should be watching for as time progresses. But before I begin the devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just mention a couple of things. I am firstly not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link, which is down below and in the description. If you sign up for Moomoo with the link down below and deposit $100 into the account, you are guaranteed 5 free stocks. If you deposit $1,000, you're guaranteed up to 15 free stocks, and the offer ends very soon. Anyway, SPY is trying to push right here, testing 512.5 as resistance. This is the level we called out in the morning. If we do break past this, we could get closer to 513 than 513.5. I just want to note that SPY is very, it's kind of shopping a bit while it's trying to push up. So it's not the strongest price action. As you guys can see, it's been going back and forth and range bound for the majority of the day before trying to get this little push. But overall, I would say that SPY is not extremely strong. For the most part, it's more range bound. We're seeing a lot of chop here and there. So, not anything too crazy has been going on with it. But we're going to be watching our resistance and support levels just to see how it does. So, we have resistance at 512.5. It was trying to break, it hasn't been able to get a clean break yet. If we come back down, watch 512 to 511.7. If we lose 511.7, it could come all the way back down to 511 flat. SPY is very tight, has very tight ranges right now, so make sure you're very careful with it. And just know that we have this 512.5 resistance. If we do break past this, we could also push towards 513 and then 513.5. But for now, SPY is just trading sideways within a range, and it's not very excited to be trading. Not very exciting to be trading. Looking back at Tesla tried to push a little bit upwards. It came very close to about 171.5. Got a little rejection there. Now we're just stuck in this 170 area, kind of shopping a bit. So I think it might just continue to chop, but I am seeing a little bit of weakness developing on Tesla's chart, at least for the time being. So basically, it's been just trading sideways, not really doing a whole lot. It's weaker than what it was looking like yesterday, and this chart failed to break the 50 EMA. We're barely holding 170, which is where our 20 EMA happens to be on the 4-hour time frame. But Tesla is showing a little bit of weakness, in my opinion, not as strong as before. So with that being said, it might just remain range bound in the 170 area. If we do lose it, watch 167.8. If we do end up losing that as well, we could come all the way down to about 165. Overall, Tesla's very sideways. I'm not really seeing a whole lot, but I'm seeing some weakness developing as I speak. Moving forward for Tesla, we did have some negative news involving the Chinese registrations. So that's part of why it's a little bit down, and it was due for this if we got that rejection. We did talk about this yesterday too. So it is what it is, guys. Tesla is still kind of range bound. QQQ is in the same boat. So this thing's been stuck between basically just under 436 and just above 433.5 for almost the entire day, going back and forth for over the last 4 hours. I also want to note that we're still stuck right here, so we're not really doing anything too crazy. It may just remain range bound as time progresses. I'm not really seeing much developing. We do have the bond auctions coming out, and the bill auctions at 11:30 a.m. We have the 52-week bill auction. That's in Eastern Standard Time, and we also have the 1 p.m. 20-year bond auction. So maybe some volatility will come, but otherwise, I just see some very sideways price action. Nothing too exciting until we get to FOMC, in my opinion. For Nvda is actually showing a little bit of life. It was trying to push higher towards this 865 area. If it breaks past this, we could go up to about 872, 877, then 885. If we come back down and watch 862, if that fails us, then we have about 850, basically 852. Anyways, we're kind of stuck on Nvidia. We've been going back and forth. We're still in this range, so I'm not really seeing anything too crazy. There's a big range Nvidia's in, so it's continuing to do so, but I do see a little potential for it to push a little higher looking at this chart. So if I show you Nvidia right here, there's a little bit potential for it. I'm not saying it's that insane, not saying it's going to like run insanely hard, but I do see some potential for it to push a bit higher from here as it did gap down, if anything. So we'll be looking to see if we can get a little bounce on Nvidia. Could we push back up a little bit? It is still a possibility. And for the most part, I see it being range bound, but I do see a little potential for it to go higher. Apple's also showing some life, but it's kind of stuck at 175 now. It's been stuck here pretty much for the entire day. The chart is on an uptrend, so it's showing some life, but the thing about Apple is that we were very stagnant, and we have a tendency of being stuck at certain levels as time progresses. So we're going to be watching 175 as resistance. For support, watch 174, and then below that we have 173 flats, 172.5, and then 170.9. So this is what the chart essentially looks like. And then for resistance, we're currently testing 175 and 175.75. we're stuck right now, back and forth, back and forth. This is an accumulation structure, so it could push a little higher, but overall, excuse me, overall it's very slow. There's not really much going on with it. It's still fighting resistance. So the market's not the best for I would say it's not the best for trading. We're seeing a lot of sideways price action for now, but I do expect a big surge of volatility soon. For a few more tickers like Rivian, they've come down a little bit. Rivian's showing a little bit of weakness here. It is very sideways in the 11 area, but we could get closer to 11 as the chart is showing weakness. For Amazon, we're showing a little bit of strength. Not really strength, but we're still kind of stagnant, but we're testing 176 right over here as resistance. I'm sorry, it's 175.3. 175.3 is our resistance. We have support of 173. We've been going back and forth and back and forth, but we have to try to get back above 176 to turn bullish. Otherwise, we're kind of stuck. Meta came down quite a bit. Now it's trying to rebound just a bit. We have to try to get back above 490 to turn bullish. At least 494 actually to be bullish. 490 is going to be one resistance. Otherwise, we're kind of stuck right now. It's kind of chopping in the higher 488. I could see it push a little bit higher. That's it for the main tickers out there. For Supermicro, I know a lot of people are interested in this. I did call downside on this, and that's exactly what's happening. We're approaching support at 850, and I do believe it could test that, so it's looking pretty weak. So some tickers are looking a little bit weaker. Some stocks like Tesla are just kind of trading sideways. Other stocks are trying to push a little bit and testing resistance. So the market's kind of mixed, but for the most part, we are seeing red. So with that being said, guys, take care, watch your levels, do what you have to do, and I will most definitely see you guys in the next one. Thank you for listening, and peace out.